Hi everyone, welcome to HelloFIT 2025. My name is Grigory Monastyrsky. I'm a second-year information security student here at FIT, and I'm from Ukraine and have been living in the Czech Republic for almost 4 years. I'm really glad to see so many new people here today, and we are gonna have an amazing time getting to know each other, so let's get started. And now I'll pass it to Yegor to introduce himself.
Hey, I'm Igor. I'm also a second-year student doing computer science here, and I will be the second host for this. I want to say hi to all of you and to all the guys watching online, if anyone is. I'm from Estonia, and yeah, I think that's about it. Now let's move on. There is a Wi-Fi network available only for today. Later you'll be needing to use a different one. It's HelloFIT, and the password is ahoyfite. So yeah, you will also be able to receive the presentation later, so no need to really worry much about taking notes, because yeah, you'll get it later, you'll be able to use all the links. You don't need to concern yourself with that stuff. We also are taking questions from Slido. You can either enter the code manually, it's 8586768, or you can use the QR code, whichever one is most useful to you. We will be mainly taking questions from Slido. But yeah, other sources are also fine. Now, as for why are we even having this? Last year, when me and Hiori started studying at FIT, we didn't have this event. It was only in Czech. HelloFIT was only a Czech event. And as such, many people weren't able to really find out how the university works. Everything was spread through hearsay, and that's just one bad year away from heresy. So we really wanted to put it in writing and in speech what you need to know to start to make it most comfortable for you. Yeah, so we really hope that this will be useful to all of you. This is mainly targeted at first years just starting their first university, but everyone else will also get useful information as well, including Erasmus students and anyone who is transferring.
I just want to add that here you can see this code, so you can write your question anytime during the presentation. So let's start with your first steps as university students. To start your journey at CTU, one of the first tools you should explore is the study guide. It is your go-to resource for all the administrative information, including enrollment procedures, study opportunities, important systems and services. It also provides step-by-step guides for new bachelor's and master's students, and most of the questions you might have are already answered there. So just a little tip, if you have any questions before writing them to the study office, please check the study guide, as it often has exactly the information you need. Once you've got the basics sorted, the next thing to handle is your student card. There are two main types of student card available: the standard CTU student card and CTU student card with ISIC license. CTU student card is completely free, while CTU plus ISIC option costs extra on first issue and includes an annual fee. You can see that on the slide. However, ISIC license has two real advantages. It proves your international student status, and it unlocks many national and international student discounts, for example, in cafes, museums, and it is also often required to buy discounted semester transport passes. So I strongly recommend you to choose this type of card because it's really worth it. In addition, CTU student card is required for entering the university buildings and serves as your official identification during tests and exams. Both types of cards can be obtained at the CTU card center, which is located in Cirque building above the technical canteen. Once you have your student card, it's not only for identification. You can also use it in canteens. On campus, you'll find several canteens where you can get affordable meals, usually open from 10:30 to 14:30, but for more detailed schedule, you can check the official website. You can use your CTU card to pay and to get discounts. Just top it up at canteen cash desks or via online service, which you can find on the website. Yeah.
Now, as for some important people whom you should be aware of, first, I would like to tell you about a person whom you probably already know about. It's Clara Kolinova, and I hope I'm pronouncing all of these names right. She's the Officer for Admissions and Studies in English for the first year. So if you have any questions regarding, any administrative questions regarding your studies, she's most likely the first person whom you should write to. But yeah, please try to first always check all of the info that you have available and maybe even ask your fellow students. These people have a lot of work and they sometimes get tired answering the same questions over and over. But if you do have a question, please write to them. They are all quite friendly. Next, I have Ludmila Fasser. She is the General Officer for Studies in English. And also, if you're on Erasmus or any other exchange program, she's also the person whom you should write. And we have Itka Rybnichkova. She's the study advisor for Bachelor of Self-Knowledge students, which, yeah, here she is. Which you are a Bachelor of Self-Knowledge student if you're in the English program. So, yeah. She will also likely be a teacher for you this semester. Might. Last year she was, but yeah. Now, let's cover some stuff which you have also hopefully already done by this point. You should have already registered in COS. It's the info system which you'll be using for most things. I'll cover it more in detail a bit later, but yeah. You should have set up your eduroam. Eduroam is a Wi-Fi network which is available campus-wide and in many other cities and universities worldwide. So this will be the main network which you will be using. You should have checked your timetable, if it works for you, if you're able to attend everything, and if you have any questions regarding it. I will once more cover more in detail how to do that, but you should have already received instructions regarding it. And you should have set up your university mail. So if you haven't done any of this, please immediately afterwards try and do this. This is very important.
Now that you know how to get started, let's talk about how classes actually work here. FIT uses several class formats you'll see repeatedly. Lectures, pro-seminars, and tutorials for labs. Lectures are theory part, mostly presentation and explanation, typically larger groups. Pro-seminars contains demonstrations and more practical explanation. For example, in case of PA1, pro-seminars will examine and explain programming tasks based on the theory learned in the lecture. And tutorials are hands-on sessions where you do practical tasks and coding in small groups. Lesson sessions can also vary in length. They range roughly from 45 minutes to 2 hours, 30 minutes, but most commonly 1 hour, 30 minutes. So always check the timetable and the course page for exact timings. Of course, once you attend classes, you will also be graded. At CTU and FIT, grades are given as letter grades that map to point ranges you can see on the slide. Grades starting from E and higher are positive. This means that if you get some of these marks, the course is successfully completed. But note that courses completed with grade E cannot be recognized if re-enrolling. That means that in this case, you will have to take this course again. But grades are not the only way the courses are completed. There are also different types of course completion, and you can see them on the slide. Assessment means basically a simple credit, pass or fail without a grade. Graded assessment means that you get a grade, but without a final exam. In other words, you collect points throughout the semester, and then based on the number of points you have, you get a grade. And finally, the most common type of completion is assessment and exam. That means that first you need to satisfy the semester requirements and then to take final exam to finish the course. So please check which completion type applies to each subject. You can see it in course. But grades are not the only measure. Credits are just as important. FIT follows the ECTS credit system. As a rule of thumb, one ECTS corresponds to roughly 25-30 hours of student workload. That includes lectures, preparation, assignments, exam studies, etc. The minimums for bachelor students are first semester 15 credits, first year 30 credits, and for later years the requirement is 40 credits per year. So keep this in mind when you plan how many courses to take. Credits are how progress and graduation are measured. Now, what does it take to finish successfully and what can cause problems? To complete your studies successfully, you must follow your student plan and collect required credits which is 180 for standard bachelor program, plus state final exam and bachelor thesis. On the flip side, you can see several ways a year can be considered unsuccessful. Not getting required credits to proceed to the next semester, failing mandatory courses multiple times, or exceeding the maximum length of studies. So in practice, this means plan your semester so you reliably reach the minimum credits threshold, don't skip mandatory courses, and if you're having any troubles, contact study advisors early. They'll help you find options.
Now, as for some preparatory courses, about which you might already know or might not, we have BA-PKM, that's Preparatory Mathematics. It is the subject that is intended to get you up to speed on maths, so that everyone has an equal background in maths when starting at FIT. If you haven't yet started doing the PKM courses, quizzes and courses as well, I highly do recommend starting already. It is important, and it is considered a full-on subject, so you will be getting some credits for it, 4 to be exact. You have to fulfill all of the quizzes, which there's, I believe, 8 or 9 of, and you will likely have access to both Czech language quizzes and English language quizzes. You don't need to fulfill the Czech language quizzes, they're just translations. So fulfill the English language quizzes for PKM. And around week 6, there will be a date of the final test decided. You will attend the test, write it, and if you get the minimum points threshold, you will pass and successfully earn likely your first 4 credits in your studies. Additionally, ULI is also available. It's an introduction to Linux. You have to actually do some setup for yourself, but you're already registered for it as far as your course registrations go. Information about it is available in the preparatory courses of the FIT website section, so you can just Google preparatory courses FIT shoot, and you will get the correct result. You will need to complete the Cisco Networking Academy course to learn some about Linux, how to use it, and how it works. Then you will need to register for the exam by yourself for the first time. Yeah, there will be multiple exam dates available. You can just choose the most comfortable one. Just don't wait for a while, because then the later dates might be fully occupied. You will need to do so via KOS under terms offer. There will be several terms offered. If you successfully pass it, you earn 2 credits, and that's 6 credits earned. You only need 11 to not drop out. So good luck. Now, as for the dorms, most of you are likely living in dorms, maybe not. Is anyone here living in Strahov? Yay! Don't look very happy, all of you. Did anybody get the preferred dorm, which they selected? No, nobody. You did. That's very lucky of you. I thought nobody would. That's nice. I envy you. So yeah, the dorm experience is better than it might seem to the guys who are very sad about being in Strahov. There are a lot of student clubs available. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of people to meet. Strahov has nice gyms, so use them. It's nice. Meeting people at the gym is very simple. Please don't just rot inside of your dorm room and not talk to anyone. That's a bad idea. You're not going to have a fun time. Try to meet people. Try to talk to someone. Sure, your studies will take a while of your time. That is true. But if you're not mentally healthy, then neither are going to be your studies. So yeah, look for activities, meet some people, find someone that you know, participate in your dorm life. At the very least, just go to the gym or pick a club and just attend it regularly, play basketball or something. Like, yeah, dorms are actually very nice once you get used to life. Now, as for making it through the first semester, let's cover that. How are you going to survive here? So you will first have these 6 mandatory courses. You have to complete a good part of them, at least for 15 credits. You will later find out how many exactly. You have all of the numbers. I will just give you a brief description of each so that you're generally familiar with what's going to happen, and then I'll give you a way to find out everything else that you need. PA1 is Programming Languages 1. It is your first and main for the semester programming course which you're going to have. You're going to program in C, not C++, but C++ is also allowed. Travnicek will speak more about that. Yeah, it will cover some basic algorithms. It will cover some basic programming. You will need to do homeworks weekly, and you will then need to write an exam. It's a very interesting but also difficult subject, especially if you don't have a programming background, so please do be aware. You're also going to have DML, Discrete Mathematics and Logic. It's going to cover a lot of the mathematics which are just general. There will be some combinatorics things. There is going to be some preparation for mathematical analyses, and many other topics. For some of you, the subject will be easier than others because some of you have covered many of these things at school and it will be just a direct continuation. For many of you, it's not going to be nearly as smooth, so please do be careful about it. Even if you know everything that is even if you know everything in the first or two lectures, please still do attend them because you can get lost very quickly. It is very important not to overestimate yourself. Then you're going to have TZP, Technological Fundamentals of Computers. It covers some physics principles regarding how computers work, resistors, transistors, so on and so forth. It's not a very difficult subject, but it is still mathematics, physics, and some knowledge regarding computers. So once more, be careful. You're also going to have Git, which has the title of Software Development Technologies. In reality, you're really going to just cover Git, the tool for version management. It's a nice subject led by a pretty happy, cheerful guy. You will get to the basics of knowing Git, and you will be taught on how to use it to version your own projects. So also a nice, actually useful subject. Then you'll have LA1, Linear Algebra 1. You're going to continue studying linear algebra there. It's pretty self-descriptive. Once more, you might know some of the stuff, or it might be completely new to you. Either way, please pay attention and make notes. And then you're going to have UOS, which is Unix-like operating systems. That's the subject that is meant to teach you how to use Linux, or just Unix systems in general, how they behave, and some basic scripting regarding them. It's not too difficult, but requires consistent effort throughout the semester. So yeah, at first it's going to be very confusing, because I would guess that not many of you have used Linux before. Who has used Linux before? Okay, well, that's some people. You're going to have it a bit easier, others are going to have it a bit harder, but in general, it's very passable. You will need to set up Linux on your computer, likely, virtual machine, and we have an event for that. It's Linux Installation Day. If you need any help regarding installing a Linux VM or just installing Linux, these guys offer that help. It's going to be on Thursday, 25th of September at 5 o'clock in the evening. In room 1455 in THA. This seems like a jumble of random letters and numbers to you. You will be told later what this means. We do link a guide to that. It's a room on the 14th floor of that tall building near us, the civil engineering building. Yeah. Now, some optional courses which you could register if you want to. First, we have Czech language for foreigners. It's a useful course for learning Czech language. It's in general a nice starting ground, and I heard a lot of positive things about it. A lot of people claim that it is quite fun. So if you're interested in that, and especially if you plan to live in Czechia for a while, I strongly recommend attending it. Then we have BA Survival. It is also a subject not directly related to your studies, but more so to your life in the Czech Republic. It is information regarding some legal things, some administrative things, and so on. What are the laws like? What do you need to do to properly adhere to government regulations, so on and so forth? It sounds boring, it's not. It's actually useful, but yeah, sure, it might be a bit boring, but it is very useful. It's only a lecture, you don't have to do too much, so once more, if you find this something that you should know, feel free to register for it. Then we have BSCSI. It's General Introduction to Computer Science. I did not attend this one, so I can't comment much on it, sadly. But it should be just an intro to the sphere of information that is computer science. What are you going to be in general doing? Some introduction to some basic concepts, so on and so forth. And then there is BA EEC. It's the English Language External Certificate. It isn't technically optional. You will have to do it at some point. However, it is a subject that just requires handing in a diploma, I believe at B2 level, for knowledge of English language, which all of you should already have by now, probably. As that is basically one of the necessities to study here in English. It is a free, I believe, 4 credits for just having the diploma. So in case you're ever missing 4 credits from advancing in your studies, do remember that that is an option that you can take. It is a very nice ace card up your sleeve to have and use when it is necessary. Now, as for some statistics, I believe that some of you were probably already informed of some subject pass rates. At least when I was starting, I was informed of those numbers. And some of them may look very daunting, especially for programming. This is the percentage of people of whom start the subject whom actually pass it. As you can see, for most subjects, it's generally a nice number, about 50%, which is actually quite nice because a lot of people drop out in the first semester, either because they can't study away from their home, they decide that it's actually not for them, which is fine, or some other possibly personal reasons. But yeah, some subjects are a bit harder. DML is a bit below 50%. It is mathematics, so it's not that difficult. Just have to put in the time, the effort, the practice. It is all very possible. PA1 has a very daunting pass rate of 23%. It is a hard course, yeah. No real lying there. It is a hard course that requires knowledge of programming. If you have no prior programming experience, you're going to have to put in a lot, and I do mean a lot of time into studying and preparing for it. The exam is also not easy, but it is possible. It genuinely is. For example, I passed PA1. I do have some prior programming experience, but not nearly as much as you may think is necessary. You just have to study, to put yourself into it, and to really try to do it. Yeah, don't get scared. That pass rate isn't as scary as it may seem. Around 30% of people never even do one homework before they're flung out. That means that they never tried. The first homework just isn't difficult. It is very doable. We also, me and Grisha, have a recommended time allotment. This is completely personal from our perspective as somebody who started university immediately after school and had a comparatively good mathematics background in school. That's the time allotment which we used, which did work for us. Yeah, they're just approximate numbers. Don't take them as a direct guideline. It may be different for you. If you know programming really well, you won't need to spend as much time for PA1, but you may have, for example, finished school a couple of years ago, so you don't quite remember mathematics, so you need to spend more time on that. This is just what we found ourselves using, which we think is nice and useful. So, yeah. Now, as for cheating, cheating is bad. I think you were already told that a bunch in school. But I want to cover what exactly is cheating, because a lot of people have wrong mindsets about it. Cheating isn't helping each other. You can help each other. You actually should help each other. That's what academia is about. It's about pulling our collective knowledge together to discover and learn something new. But helping and cheating off of someone are two completely different things. If you help someone understand something by explaining it to them, by telling them that thing in your own words, by getting them to finally assemble the whole concept, the whole construct together in their own mind, that's fine. That's actually very good. You're a good person for doing that. If you link a nice source material to someone, a nice YouTube video which really helps you understand the problem, the idea, a nice animation which helps understand how an algorithm works, maybe some lecture, maybe some notes, that's fine. That's a good thing. You helped someone. Please do that. However, if you do the work for someone else, just fully, yeah, I don't want to explain it to you. I'll just solve the thing for you. Here's the solution. No, you didn't help anyone. It's a bad thing to do. That person now doesn't know how it works. You could and very well might be caught for cheating. And yeah, you help nobody. Not yourself, not the other person, not anybody in the room. You also shouldn't link your source code directly. Even to your friends, that's a bad idea in general. If somebody copies your source code, it is checked automatically and manually, so it is going to be found. Please don't. Even unit tests. Unit tests can also get flagged as, well, you copied those unit tests off of someone, they're the exact same, so it is flagged as cheating. It is fine to explain to someone how to solve a programming problem. It is fine to help them code. It is not fine to just, here, I'll write it in for you, or here's all of my source code, just change it a bit, bro. It's going to be fine, just change it a bit. No, don't do that, please. Now, as for AI, a lot of you probably already use AI, I would guess, and maybe even hope that all of you, to some limited degree. Using AI is fine, it's not forbidden, you can't really forbid it. You should know by now that detection tools aren't perfect, and so on and so forth. So it is fine. It's just that you should use AI in a responsible way and as a tool, not as a substitute for your own brain. If you use AI to help you learn something, that's fine, that's good. If you use it and you know what it does, you can explain what it did, you could have done the same, just maybe a bit slower, that's also okay. But you should always have a very precise idea of what was done, how it works, and you should absolutely be able to do the same thing yourself. If any of those things you cannot do, then you shouldn't rely on it. For example, for PA1, you can, and many of you will, be called for the oral exam. During the oral exam, you will be asked or may be asked to comment on some of the code that you wrote. If you are unable to do so, are unable to explain how it works, are unable to explain why you made the decision that you did when you were coding this, that's a fail. It's not even a reseat of the exam. It's, well, yeah, that's it. You're done for. You didn't pass PA1. It's the same for many other programming courses. That may sound scary, but false positives are very rare as far as I'm aware. And yeah, as long as you know how your code works, you're able to explain, you're able to change it a bit, you know why you made the decision that you made, it's fine. It's not going to touch you. Just please think before doing things and understand how your things work.
Let's talk about the exams, probably the most stressful part for many students. At FIT, exams are organized through course, where you can pick from different available dates. And most courses give you 2 regular attempts and 1 extra attempt. You have 6 of these extra ones to use throughout your entire bachelor studies. To sign up for the exam, you usually need to get an assessment, which means meeting the semester requirements. And a little tip, try not to wait for the last available exam terms, as they're usually very popular and may fill up quickly. Luckily, you can always check the availability of exam terms and spots in course. Now let's move to the registration for the next semester. You usually register in 2 stages. Pre-registration, when you create your initial plan, and registration, where you finalize your course list. Don't worry if you missed something during the pre-registration, because you can always add or drop courses during the main registration or during the add-drop period, which is the first 2 weeks of the semester. As you progress, you will need to choose a specialization, which are listed on the slide. Details about each specialization and its courses you can find in the FIT Whitebook. Students usually start thinking about the specialization before the second semester because your choice may influence whether you take Linear Algebra 2 or Computer Networks in that semester. Of course, if you want, you can take both, but officially you must select a specialization at most before choosing your bachelor thesis topic. And to do so, you need to fill out the application and submit it to your study officer in person or via the email. And I want to add that to the registration part that after registration, you will need to create your timetable by enrolling into specific tutorial parallels. Note that enrollment process opens in waves. Your opening time depends on the number of weighted credits you already have for previous 2 semesters, or in case of first semester, the number of weighted credits multiplied by 2. In terms of limits, you must register for at least 20 credits per semester, and you can take up to 40 credits on your own. If you want to go above 40 credits, you will need approval from study office.
Now, as for some of the systems which you'll be using, I'll start with KOS. It is arguably the most important one that you'll be using. This is the system that you will use in order to manage all of the administrative and organizational aspects of your studies. So you will use it to enroll into courses, create your own schedules, check and create your study plan, check on your study results, register for exams and credits. You will also use it to get your scholarship and so on and so forth. This is the important system which manages what are you even studying. So please familiarize yourself with it, find out more about it, and don't be afraid to use it. It has a lot of useful information. You can also attain your electronic confirmation of study in case it is necessary for you to have it. It is available via COS. And if you will be receiving a scholarship, and just in general, you should do it, you can fill in your bank account number for scholarships or any other grants via COS. Albeit I do have to preface this with the bank account number must be of check format. So you will probably need to open a check bank account. That's just how a lot of things here work. You may have already hit this issue. Now, as for another very useful system, it's courses.fit.shoot.chazat. It's where you will receive all of the information regarding a course, how it works. This one is a lot more specific to courses. So basically, you will get to open a page regarding your course. For example, we have here BA LA1. This page will usually cover, but this is not limited to, or doesn't have to include all of this. It will cover what is going on in lectures. You will likely get presentation slides there. You will get information about tutorials, tutorial slides. You will get classification information, which is what do you need to do in order to pass the subject. It's the rules. You will likely get exam dates are also likely posted there, some sample tests, news, general information, teacher emails. So any specific information regarding a specific course is available from there. So use it and please read through it, especially the classification section. If you want to pass something, you should know how to pass it. If you don't know how to pass it, then it's just a guessing game. Now, Classificatia FIT is a system that some subjects use, others don't. It's a nice visual way to see your grading. That's where you can see how many points you have for a subject. Have you gotten an assessment? At what grade have you passed or not? Some subjects use it, others do not. Some will just not have any points in it. That's fine. They use probably a different system or regarding which the teacher will inform you. But yeah, it's nice to use it to just keep an eye on how many points you have, how many more you will need, how many more opportunities to earn them you will have. And it also can be downloaded as a mobile app for both Android and iOS. So yeah, if you'd like to use it. Yeah, grades can take a while to appear in there, like a bit, that's fine, don't worry about it. Or some grades may not be posted into there, that's also fine, don't worry about it. It's a lot less, let's put it this way, official than cost. Some use it, some don't. And now, as for the white book is a list of basically study plans which are recommended for certain specializations. If you choose a specialization or you think that you chose a specialization, you can check the white book for it. There, you will find the recommended way in which you take subjects. At which semester you take which subject, how many more you need, like optional subject, which you can choose yourself, and so on and so forth. You don't have to follow this to a T. It's just a recommendation. It's not mandatory to follow this in any way. It's just that it can be a bit daunting to completely assemble a schedule out of a multitude of subjects all by yourself, and this just organizes it in a nice, reasonable way where there's very little strange situations where you first cover the second part of a topic, then the first, and so on and so forth. So please do consult it once you know or have a general idea of what you want your specialization to be. And now, as for Online FIT. Online FIT is a very nice and useful resource when it is available to you. It is both a live stream and a recording archive of things that were lectured or done in general pro seminars as well in lecture rooms, mainly on the first floor of this building. Some other rooms also have it, but most don't. It's very nice because if you missed a lecture or were unable to make it or something else, then you can either watch the recording and find out everything you need, or watch the live translation in parallel and study from home in case you're ill, for example. It's nice. It's sadly not always available, but when you can, I do recommend that you use it. Some teachers prefer not to use it. Some of your lessons are going to be in lecture halls which don't have the recordings, but when they are available, they're a very, very, very convenient resource.
Now let's talk about the EduRoam. Some of you might already know what it is. EduRoam is the Wi-Fi network you'll be using everywhere on campus. A great thing is that EduRoam isn't just at CTU, but at most universities and public institutions around the world. Once you connected your devices, it will log you in automatically whenever you are on campus or at a partnership university. EduRoam is one of the first things you should set up because you'll need it every single day, and to do so you can follow the simple instruction which is available by the link on the slide. Now, since EduRoam is a part of your CTU account, let's look at where you manage those account settings. It is done at user map. This is where you change your CTU password, update personal information, or configure your EduRoam access. Basically, it's a control panel for your university account. And if you have any problems with Wi-Fi, personal data, or login, UserMap is the first place to check. The next system is Fitable. Fitable is FIT's timetable viewer. It shows your current timetable and where classes take place. But note that it often doesn't show PE lessons and courses administrated by other faculties. You can use it to confirm room numbers, teachers, or parallel groups. And also, it's really convenient to check the changes in your timetable and public holidays. FIT uses several learning platforms depending on the course. ProcTest is used for automatic programming tests, and you'll see it in PA1. Marast is used for mathematical and many other courses, and you might have already seen it while completing PKM course quizzes. Next platform is LearnShell. You'll use it primarily for US tests. GitLab is the system for collaborative software development, and you'll use it a lot for doing Git homeworks and for accessing code from PA labs. Finally, Moodle is used for some other courses like TCP. So always check the course page to confirm the correct learning platform and submission rules to avoid late submissions and missed deadlines. Whenever you are in FIT buildings, you can use Navigate FIT to find the shortest path to study rooms or lecture halls. It is convenient in your first weeks when you're running between buildings and floors. On the slide, you can see spaces which are used by FIT. It is T9 is this building, TH is the building of the Faculty of Civil Engineering, tall building nearby. GP is a building of CIRC, where you will get your student card. And finally, TK is Technical Library, and PU1 is the room on the 4th floor. And finally, before you choose optional courses or a particular teacher, check Anketa. It shows course reviews and pass rate statistics from previous semesters. The reviews are student-provided feedback, and you can use it to choose courses that fit your learning style or to get early warnings about heavy workload or tricky exams. Also remember to fill in the evaluations at the end of every semester. That's how the faculty gets improvement feedback.
Now, as for some additional resources available to you, which we didn't mention yet and don't think deserve a proper slide, we have the schedule of the academic year. It's the big document. It does not have your personal timetable. However, what it does offer is a perspective on how the schedule of FIT in general will work. It includes national holidays. It includes when will your winter holidays be. Does anyone know when you'll have winter holidays? No? Well, then you probably should find out. It includes information on when you need to register courses, when you need to make the schedule. It also includes information on when are you going to be taking your exams, like the general period of it. Please check it. Please cross-reference with it so that you aren't away at times where you can't be away and are away at times where you can't be away. It's just a nice piece of information to have. For a lot of people taking pictures, you will get the presentation later. There's no need, really. Trust me. Then we have people at FIT CTU. It's very nice for example, some teacher or lecturer. They tell you, like, for example, you will be able to check your tests at my room, at my cabinet, and you don't know what that room is. That sometimes happens. You can be brave and ask the question. That's what you should do. But sometimes we aren't brave and we forget to ask the question. You can check on people. You can just write in their name, and it will give you the room that is assigned to them. That's quite convenient at a lot of times. There I have the link to the Office of Study Affairs. All of those important people which I've mentioned are also mentioned there. And you're able to read some more about it, find out their emails, where they are, so on and so forth. Then there is a link to SUS, which is the organization, as you might know, that manages your dorms. They have useful information, for example, when are the working hours of the administrator of your building. They're usually very strange, so please check them in advance. And yeah, it just has useful information. Then we have some less official things. First, there's FIT Wiki, which is just a collection of information from prior students of FIT. A lot of it is in Czech, but I believe that all of you have access to Google Translate, so you'll probably manage. And do be informed, a lot of the programs are very similar, but some courses can be radically different. So yeah, be aware of that, check first. And then there are subject Discord channels, which are available on the FIT Discord, which we'll talk about a bit later. These are the channels in which you can discuss certain subjects. You will need to give yourself a proper role to see in them, but it's really not that difficult. And you can write there, you can write in English, they'll respond to you in English. It's really useful, it's really nice. So yeah, if you have a question which you just can't quite crack yourself, feel free to write there and you will likely be given help. Even some lecturers and lab teachers, lab assistants are there answering questions. So whilst it's not official, you can get help from some official people there. Now, communication in general, let's cover this quickly. You have your mail address. You have both a fit.chut email address and a chut.cz email address. Both are actually merged into one. One of them is just an alias. But yeah, you should be informed of that because you will be sending mail if you set up everything correctly from your fit.cwood.cz. But you will have to log in with your chut.cz because yeah, that's just how it works. All employees and students have an email address, and this is like the most official, proper way of communicating with someone. So yeah, if you're writing to someone, please do keep in mind, teachers have a lot of different courses on which they have a lot of different groups, so please identify yourself properly. If you just title your email, question regarding your subject, that's not going to be very useful for anyone. I personally like to include in square brackets a code of the subject. So square bracket opening like BA1, square bracket closing, and then I ask the question. Just write the title of the email. That's very useful for teachers on average. Then we also have MS Teams. It is also considered official. Some teachers more so like mail. Some teachers don't like their using mail. They prefer MS Teams. Just depends on your teacher. But it's also official. Some very critical information can be posted there. For example, homeworks for several courses will be posted there, and you should check it. Otherwise, you might miss it. So yeah, check it. Check your course groups. Check everything that is written. Having more information is better than having less information. Discord is an unofficial communication channel with some teachers there. The QR code is available. You can join. It covers some courses. It covers some more so study business. It also covers a lot of the events, parties, just fun things to do whilst you're here. So yeah, a lot of it is in Czech, but don't get worried. It's fine. They speak English quite well, all of them. So it's okay.
That was a lot of information, so here is a short recap of the most important things. Get the basics done early, help your fellow students, but rely on the rules. Stay on top of your studies and use systems FIT gives you. And one last point is, even though lecture attendance is not mandatory, I strongly recommend you to go, as teachers usually give a lot of additional examples or extra tips you won't find on slides, and they might be very useful for the exams. That's all from me for today. Good luck with your first year and enjoy your time at FIT. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will do a short break, I think, and after that we will cover some questions which I've already asked. Or we can cover questions immediately. I believe Barbara will know. Oh yeah, sure, we'll do questions now. That's fine. Now, a lot of you guys wrote some questions, which I didn't answer yet, but I saw all of them, have them here. And I'll just answer them in chronological order. Isn't BI ULI in Czech? The subject code is in Czech, it's in English, it's fine. In NetAcad, you can select English language and everything is available in English. The examiner will likely in the beginning speak Czech, but you can just raise your hand and say, I'm very sorry, I do not understand the word that you said, and they'll just repeat everything in English for you, so it's fine. It just has a Czech code. Are we still able to enroll in these courses, or is enrollment closed? I believe you still are, but not for long. And even if enrollment is closed,
you can contact your study officer, and this way you can try to register more courses.
Will we have access to presentation? If so, where can we find it? Yes, you will have access to presentation. No, I don't know where you can find it. I believe you will likely be sent it by mail, but I'm not quite sure. But you will receive it, I promise you that much.
About the breaks of only 15 minutes and different buildings, normally you have enough time to change the building. 15 minutes is okay. Buildings are near each other, so there is no problem.
Additionally, even if you are a bit late for whatever reason, that's not really a matter of grave importance. Just be quiet, take a seat, and listen to it. It's fine. If you have two subjects that are in the same parallel, I'm not sure what you quite mean by that. I guess you mean that you have a collision where you have two subjects that are at the same time. If so, write to the study office. They will probably figure something out for you.
Yeah, and if we are talking about the Git and CSI collision, it's okay. It's already second or third year where this collision happens, and Git is usually streamed and recorded, so you can view it from home later in the evening.
If the course is passed by just an assessment, that means that first of all, you won't be having an exam. It's done just during the study part of your semester. And second of all, for example, the course has in total X points. You will need to reach at least Y to get the assessment. And no, in that case, you don't get a grade. You just get a passed or failed. Do I have any tips for Erasmus students? Get to meet some people, find out about someone, join a club. If you're an Erasmus student, I think you likely did this to experience a different culture, so experience a different culture. Yeah, just talk to some people. In general, it's going to be a bit rougher for you as far as studying goes. Usually that strongly depends on the subject that you picked. But yeah, try to study and also meet a lot of different people. I think that's the point. The presentation is going to be after us. We'll also cover a lot of the more social aspects of FIT. We did the more organizational part. So they will have several organizations which you can have fun in, have a lot of English people are there, and so on and so forth. So for any tips for an Erasmus student, well, study well, and have fun.
And about the attendance of mandatory courses, your attendance is not most commonly not recorded, but you are supposed to visit these classes. And also you should know that many classes have tests during the tutorials or lectures, so you should take this into account.
Yeah, so some courses will have some lessons that are mandatory, as my colleague here said. And for example, you can't just skip all of the tutorials because you'll have a test there. But in general, you should try to attend everything because I believe that you're paying for your education. So I think paying and not attending a lecture is a bad deal you're getting there. So I recommend attending. What are our specializations? As mentioned at the beginning, I am doing computer science and Grisha is doing
information security.
But we haven't yet locked in on that because we're just second year, so we barely even know anything. Okay, now, as for, does anyone have a live question from the audience? If you do, please raise your hand and ask the question. Okay, well, that's a note, and I guess you all know how to use computers. That's nice. I don't think we had any questions in YouTube chat. Yes, we did not. Good. Well, that's it then. It's a recess. Have 15 minutes of fun.
Okay, hello. I'm quite excited actually to be here, and I'm very happy to see you, and I'm very happy, and I would like to thank Hrihori and Yegor because I think they did an excellent job, and they gave a very comprehensive presentation. So I'm really proud that we have such bright students here. Okay, so I just want to say a few words because, like I said, Hrihori and Yegor already gave quite a comprehensive presentation, so there is no need for me to repeat it. My name is Jitka Rybníčková and I am a teacher. I work in the Department of Applied Mathematics. I am in charge of preparatory mathematics, BA PKM, so you all got an email from me regarding the course. I will be also organizing the final exam, the final test. And I will teach you discrete mathematics and logic, BA DML, which will be your first semester course. So I'll all see you next Tuesday, actually. Okay, I just want to say a few things from the perspective of us teachers, your professors. I want to mention two things that are quite important for us. One is professional integrity. It's an awful phrase, but what it basically boils down to is that guys have already mentioned what you are allowed to do and what you are not allowed to do. So mainly what you're not allowed, what you should not do is you should not present work of other people as your own. You are here as individuals and we expect you to work to be individuals unless it's specifically allowed to work on your own, not copy homeworks, not cheat at tests, exams. You've already heard that. And maybe let me give you just one little remark on using artificial intelligence. I would be very careful when using artificial intelligence when you are actually learning also. Because we don't have very good experience with that. What you can find as responses to your questions, for instance in ChatGPT, does not necessarily have to be true, because if you present a complicated mathematical problem, ChatGPT may suss out responses that are not quite correct. So it's important to know when you work with artificial intelligence, you should actually understand the problem. You should understand what you're doing. So maybe learning by using artificial intelligence does not necessarily have to be a good idea. If you don't understand something, you have a few things that you can do. For some courses, you will have teaching assistants. They are students, senior students that already passed the course. For instance, we have teaching assistants for DML. They have passed the course with excellent grades, and they are here to give you consultations. So you should not be afraid to ask teaching assistants, because they are here for you. Of course, you can also ask your fellow students. You can ask teachers. Teachers are here for you. So you should not be afraid to ask teachers, to communicate with teachers. We may seem strict or, I don't know, unfriendly, but most teachers are actually quite excited that they get the chance to teach students in the English course, because it's something like extra, you can speak English, we like it. So do not be afraid of teachers, okay? So this would be about it's kind of roundabout way from professional integrity. The second thing I want to mention is respect. You should behave in a respectful way towards us, teachers, towards your fellow students, and also towards the university property. It may sound silly, but what I mean, just to give a few examples, what we would like you to do is, for instance, when you arrive to classes, try to be on time. If something happens, you are not on time, try to be quiet and do not talk in classes, for instance, and it's quite disturbing to teachers. And this may sound a little silly, but also try to leave the classrooms clean. Hopefully you will find them clean. Try to leave them clean. Don't leave waste after yourselves lying around. I know this is like in a kindergarten, I'm sorry for that, but I'm speaking from experience, unfortunately. So just try to be respectful towards your other students will come after you, okay? So you would not want to sit at a table which is full of bits of paper or stuff. Okay, I would recommend that you address your teachers simply professor. I'm not a miss or ma'am. We are not at high school. So it's really just the simplest way. Hello, professor, when you write an email. Hello, professor, or dear professor, thank you. Don't forget to write your name, okay? This is just a kind of code of behavior. Okay, so this would be for the respect. And the last thing that I would just like to mention is that scholarships. We actually do offer some scholarships. They are not very substantially high, but you can get a scholarships, what we call it a merit scholarship for excellent grades. So this may be a little incentive to work as well as you can, because if you get mostly A's, I'm not sure how it works, it's slightly different every year, but if you have excellent grades, you can get a merit scholarship. And also, if you have excellent grades and you want to work as a teaching assistant in your second year or in your third year, then you can also, this is also financially remunerated. So it is possible to get some kind of a scholarship. It's not exceedingly high, but it may be a nice bonus for you. Well, and actually, that's all from me. I would like to wish you all good luck and also a lot of fun here in Prague during your studies. Okay, thank you. Thank you. If there are no questions, then I would like to pass the microphone to you. Are you going to? Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have a presentation about how to keep going, about the mindset and how to have fun while dealing with the studies.
If you have any questions, there's a QR code. I guess you already have it, so put your questions there. We'll take it in the end. And
Yes. I'm Akari Michimukai. I'm in the final year, and I'm from Japan.
yes, I'm Ayush. I'm also in the final year from everyone's favorite country, India. And we're in the final year, but not actually in the third year, but like fourth year. Hopefully final year, but
Hopefully.
actually like don't boo us because it's unusual to finish in 3 years. Many people do it but many doesn't, so just don't compare yourself if you can't do it in 3 years. Just take your time, and yeah, we're in final year.
And this is like our Discord, so if you have any further questions after the presentations, or if you have any like questions about the studies, you can ask us. Okay, so first about a mindset. So as Igor already told you guys, some courses are really hard and very challenging. They're made to be challenging, and as you already saw, like some of the courses, for example, the programming course, PA1 in the first semester, and then PA2, which you're gonna have in the second semester, and AG1, AAG, those algorithmic courses, usually the passing rates are below 50%. So hopefully this year it's going to be different, but usually the passing rate is really low and a lot of people is going to fail. But please don't fear the failure and try to take it as early as possible, because I know some of my friends took it in the third year finally, those programming course, and finally realizing that the course is very difficult and there's so many things to learn and so many things to prepare maybe over the summer vacations and so on. So, and then after the third year, they drop out and go to different university. I don't want you to do that. I want you to not fear the failure. You're gonna have two chances to take one course. Even if you fail the first trial, it's okay. You can take it next year. So don't fear the failure and try to take it as early as possible. Okay, so I want to introduce you to some mindset concept. Have any of you guys like read this book before? This mindset? Yes, you have. Or like if you have any idea about like this two mindset called growth mindset and a fixed mindset? Have any of you guys like heard about it? Yes. Yes. Okay. Great. So I guess most of you guys don't know it yet, so I'll introduce you. So people can have two mindsets. One of them is a fixed mindset. It is like believing that your abilities are unchangeable. If you fail one time, then you're gonna feel, I'm not gonna be able to do it. If I cannot do it now, then I will never be able to do it. And the other mindset, which I want you to have, is a growth mindset. Even if you fail, you're gonna think that this is just a part of the learning process, and you just fail, so I just have to learn from it, and you keep going. And this mindset is very important, I would say, in this faculty. Maybe some people told you, but this faculty is pretty challenging, especially if you don't have any background in programming, or if you didn't like specialize in a math course. I would say it's very difficult, and especially if you are living in abroad, so you're gonna have a other mental, problem, or you're gonna have a mental, burden. It's really gonna be hard. But yes, I want you to have a growth mindset and keep going. Okay, so this is like how you apply. Like if you have a fixed mindset, you're gonna, after you fail, for example, test or midterm or final exam, you're gonna think, I failed, so I'm not good at this. I don't belong in this field. I'm not good at in programming. Others are smart. They're already passed, so I'm not smarter than, they're smarter than me, and I just don't belong here. I will never be able to learn. But if you have a growth mindset, you're gonna feel failing means I'm still learning, and I can improve by putting in more effort. What can I do to make it better next time? And you keep just going. Yes, so failing a subject is a part of the learning journey, so don't be discouraged after failing for the first time. If you don't give up, you're gonna get there someday. You might gonna fail twice, but then you're gonna have like, for example, like re-enrollment, which I'm gonna explain later. You can re-enroll the university and try again. So don't just give up. Of course, you can take. How do you say that? Of course, you can drop out and maybe pursue another goal. If you find another passion, it's okay. But if you have it like a certain reason why you're here and why you started to study here, then just don't give up and you'll get there someday.
Okay, now my turn. Don't listen to negativity. So when you will have your first PA1 lecture, your classroom will be filled like to the back. So many people in the first 2 weeks. After that, it's okay. And what happens, like you'll have people from second year or third year who are repeating the course. And some of those people, what they do, they just talk to you and demotivate you like crazy. They're like, oh man, this course is so difficult. Like, you can't do it at all. You should just drop it out and focus on other courses so you can have minimum credits. And some people actually believe it. Like, I heard many people, they drop out, and I'm asked them, then when will you learn it? They're like, oh, I'll go home in the summer, take a course there 3 months, and then come back and do the programming course here. I'm like, then why are you here, you know? So don't listen to people who demotivate you. Like, I asked for help to a guy once, and he just demoted me. I will come to it later. So follow, if you want advice, I would say take it from the people who actually pass the courses. They know how to do it, not from the people who couldn't do it, and or the people who actually tried. They know something. Good people, they will give you the better advice, but just don't give up if someone tells you to give up. And so, and the way to that is like make some class group, make friends, and have bondings there. It's a great way. We had groups and keep in touch with students. And like in the group as well, you need to know whom to talk to. Like once I talked to a guy, I asked him, "Can you help me in the homework?" He's like, "Okay, can I look at it so I can give you advice?" And he's like, "Oh man, your code is so stupid. You don't have any algorithmic knowledge at all." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I'm in the school, I guess." And so even if you go to people, just negative people, just ignore them and make friends, good friends. And whenever you ask help, just don't go for someone and okay, man, give me the solution. You know that won't work because like the guys will think, oh, he just talks to me because he wants to do his homework. So have groups, have friends, study in groups, and that way people will help you and you will help people as well at some point.
Yes, in case things go wrong. If you fail twice for the same course, then you still have a way to continue the studies if you want. You can basically re-enroll the university again. And don't worry, you can transfer most of the courses, but just be careful that I think the courses which you passed below D, like I think with E, you cannot transfer. But I hope you guys do well and you guys get above like D, and you can transfer most of the credits. And in case if you fail in the winter semester, which is the odd semester, so you're gonna have like a bit of times until you can re-enroll. You can still continue and fill the gap by this lifelong program. You're gonna have a bit of a different visa, so you cannot work with that visa, but you still can fill the gap, so you don't have to waste your time just waiting for the re-enrollment. And the deadline for the re-enrollment is usually, I encourage you to check the website on the year if you want to try it out, on the year you're gonna do it, but it's usually end of the March. And for the lifelong program, it's usually no later than 1 week before the semester. Yes. And if you have any questions, like ask Mrs. Ludmila Facer, who's in the office 312. Yes, whom to reach out. Nice. I think already Professor Itzka already explained everything about asking teachers and also teaching assistants and its manner. But maybe I would like to add a few things. Of course, be respectful to teacher and also don't be afraid to ask questions to teachers. Maybe my personal experience, I would say I'm not that brave enough to ask during the lecture, so I was like, I didn't do so, but I always kind of ask questions after the lectures, or I email them to arrange a consultation, and they were really helpful, so I recommend you to do so if you're too afraid. And also about the teaching assistants, as she already explained, you have teaching assistant is some mandatory course. And just a reminder, like I had a teaching assistant as a friend, and he was doing teaching assistance for the programming course. The other one was doing for the DML. They were getting quite a lot of questions from all the students, and sometimes it was a bit too much. Like some people ask, students asked the teaching assistant, like, "Can you code for me for this homework? Just here, this is my PC." I think this is very unrespectful because the students still have their semesters left and their studies and their difficult subject left. So just be respectful. Try to figure it out first by yourself because it's also for you as well. And then if you don't have any clue what's going on, which is totally fine if you're new to programming or if you're learning a new mathematical concept, then reach out. Yes, so that's a reminder.
And also, if some of your friends come to you for like, can you help me? Just don't. Obviously, you won't. So don't let's do their homework or write their code. Don't do it. So what you can do instead is just recommend them some videos, some books from where you took help. Like I remember when we had this P1 course, and in the week 6 there was this pointers introduction, and we were lost, of course. So I found this really good video on YouTube, 4 hours long, and then I shared it in the class group, and everyone was just thanking me for it because it was really nice. So all the resources you have, if someone asks you, just share the resources, or if they have some doubts, just clear them and discuss the problems together among your friends, which always helps. Yep. And the next part is the Discord, which I'm really thankful. And it's a great way to go in among the Czech students and talk to them. Because what I saw on Discord is just all Czech. I think I was the only one who was talking to them. And people think, oh, it's in Czech, we don't know Czech. But the thing is, when you go and shoot your question in English, then people just switch there instantly. And it's a really good way. So what you can do, they have like channels for each courses. So you just go and tap on the roles. Once your Discord account is authenticated via Chevote account, like they know you are a student, then you can go there and tap on the courses. There's no BIE, everything is BI, but you know the code name. Like DML is for discrete mathematics. So you just join, shoot your question in English, and like I was surprised, like I didn't expect, but people there really help, like a lot. Like not like they will do your homework or something, but if sometimes in programming, let's say, you submit your homework and you get 3 points instead of 6. Some edge cases fails, you have no idea. And some people have that problem too. So what they say, oh, you are using a vector, maybe try using a set or something, it may work, and it works. So those kind of helps are really appreciated there. And if you can help someone, you can. If someone asks in English, but don't be afraid to break the Czech circle. Like if you go and speak English, they all know English, obviously. They'll speak to you unless they're shy. So, and yep, and there are also like some teaching assistants from Czech courses on Discord, and some lab teachers who like really appreciate if you ask them for the help and you are respectful to them. Some of them might then, because they can't share everything on the Discord in front of all the people, so they might come to your DM and try to help you more, but you don't reach to their DM because it's again disrespectful, I guess. Yeah, and many people have like similar problems in similar exercises, and instead of going around finding out on your own, if you send them there, like if someone faced it before, then they just share it with you, and it's really helpful and time saving. Yep. And as my friend talked before about plagiarism and difference between those two, so obviously cheating is prohibited. And evaluation is some teachers do it manually, like in maths. They check the answers, and if they see, oh, I saw this solution before, then they will know it. Or by the automatic evaluation in proc test, how it works, you share the homework, and the proc test sees, oh, these solutions might be similar, and then they send it to teacher, and teacher sees it manually, and he decides. And you might fail the course, or you might be called up for the oral exams. Like even if you pass everything, all the coding exam and everything, then and in the oral exam, I have seen many people failing, so it's not like, don't take it for like, oh, it's just oral exam, I'll do it. It's worse than the actual theory part, proc test, and programming exam is the worst. So don't go there. If you behave, if you do everything in the manner, respect everyone, respect the ethics, do everything in the good way, you won't be called for oral. Don't be scared for it. But it doesn't mean that you can't even talk about your homeworks. Like, if someone comes to you, like what happened with me, I'm really grateful for this day. Like, I hope you all have some programming experience from school or something. I wrote my first Hello World in the school when I came here. So I was like a completely noob. And the first homework came up. I had no idea what to do. Some stupid code I wrote from the books because there was no ChatGPT back then. And then the guy in the group which we made, all the students were there. So one guy just says, oh, I finished the homework. If anyone needs help, you can text me. And I just text him, goes to him. He sees my homework. He says, oh, your code is really nice. You are just missing something. And he helped me. I did it, but now I see the code was really stupid. But like, don't be shy to go for a guy, for a friend to help. And if you help someone, then keep them motivated in the way so they believe they can do it in the future. And never submit the copied homeworks or even the piece of code like some helper function, because eventually they will know for sure. So don't do it. Just help, share problems, discuss, and that will help a lot. Now, where to study? Okay. So obviously wherever you feel comfortable. And all the dorms, they have like study rooms. You can reserve them, or you can just go to the reception and ask for the keys they give you. And anyone here lives in Podoli, the dorm? Yeah, you. So in the block E, they have a really good computer room. They have like gaming chairs and everything. It's in the basement. And it was a really good place for me when I was there to study. It's like really comfy. And all the dorms have some study rooms. You can go there. And also, you can study at home. I thought I would do, but I procrastinate, watch reels or something. It doesn't work for me. Maybe it can work for you. But when we were here in the first semester, we didn't even know for like 2 months that there are study rooms in the tall building, THA. It's like civil engineering faculty, and the last 6 floors are for FIT, and they have study rooms there, really quiet, really nice view. It rains and you see a rainbow. It's really nice. So go and study there. You are focused. You can study with your friends. Some of the rooms are like quiet. You can't talk there, but in some of them you can talk and discuss problems. Really nice. And you can also use the 3rd floor in this building. There is a study room, and also all the classrooms they have. You can use them as study rooms as well when there is no class going on, or on the weekend you can just go and use the computers and everything, whatever you want, the blackboards. Obviously bring your own markers, but yeah, those are the places you can study. But my favorite place was the NTK, the oval-shaped building you saw. The library, I think, is the best choice for all the students in Prague. I would say in the exam session, people are usually in the queue in the morning to go in. And if you go after 11, you don't get a chance to sit. And they have like 4 study floors. And the 3rd and the 5th ones are the quiet ones. No one talks there. It's really good to focus. And the other ones, people are talking and laughing. So you know where you want to study. And it opens at 8 a.m. All the floors closes at 10. But the 3rd one, it is open until 2. And also, the first time when I was there, I didn't know. I was just focused, and it was 1 a.m. I was like, oh shit, I need to go home. I was like, how do I go? Do a cab? I don't have money. But the best part is like the public transport here. Like, I don't know where you guys come from, but in my country, there's no buses after 10. So, but here it's like, it runs like 24/7. So there are trams and buses from every stop after every 30 minutes. So you can go home whenever you want. It's pretty safe. So it's open until 2 a.m. The 3rd floor, it was usually my way. And plus there's a study room on the 1st floor, on the ground floor, which is open from 10 p.m. to 8 in the morning. You can go there. I didn't go there because it usually smells like some homeless man sitting there. But yeah, you can go there.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Like I've been there like maybe the day before exam when I was cramming everything before the day before the exam. I think I stayed until like 6 a.m. and I went straight to the exam. It smells really bad, but still it works.
Yeah, and you can find all the computer science related material there on the 6th floor. They have all the books, everything, maths, LA, linear algebra, or whatever you need. It's all there, and just go and check it out. I think now you can enter there without any registration or something. It's open to everyone, but in order to access the study room, which is overnight, you need to have a ISIC registered from them, which is free for us because you are CTU students, so you can have it anytime you want. And to have fun, maybe now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this university, you have some fun optional courses. The first one, they already explained about this one, the Czech course. I also took and it was quite fun. It's for the 2 credits, each one. 0 is like a very beginner one, and then 1 is a bit more advanced one. And also VR1, which is like, you don't have an exam, but you get assessment by each week. During the tutorial, you solve a task on a virtual reality game, but if I attended this one, it just feels like you're playing a game, and it's fun. And PRR, which is a project management course where you, in a group, like with your friends, you make some business plan. And the PE courses, which you can take from this Institute of Physical Education and Sport. I put this link here, but on the link, if you go to the page, you can see so many options of the sports. They even have like Japanese fencing, like which is so cool. Like I've never done it, but I think like you can try it out and experience new sports. For me, I took CrossFit and squash and basketball, and CrossFit and squash was like new sports for me, and it was so much fun. Like there's a coach, well, he's a teacher, but yeah, they will teach you from the beginning. It was quite fun. And how to do so, you go to the website and you can see the instructions. But first, register a PE course with this codes, abbreviation, on the KOS. But I think for the first year, you need to ask the study officer, Ludmila Facer, to register, because I think for the first year, you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. And after that, after you register these courses on the KOS, you're gonna log in with your KOS credential on this website, and then pick sports you like and its schedule. I think they provide a lot of options for the schedule. Usually it was in the morning, but some of them in the afternoon. So it's nice to get your body moving before courses and refresh. I really recommend you to do some exercise for your break of your study, because you're gonna have many homeworks, you're gonna have so many things you're gonna study during the semester, and it's overwhelming, it's stressful, and you're in a new country, everything is overwhelming, and you're probably gonna sit in NTK, the library he talked about, for sometimes a whole day, and your back hurts, and it's really, for me, first 2 years, I was always in the library, and my health was a disaster. My immune system dropped very low, and then I had a lot of health problem, which sometimes I couldn't even study. So I definitely recommend you to have some healthy habits from the first year. Yes, and also we have some study abroad options. You can check out this website for the English students. But you have Erasmus, where you can study abroad in the European University, and you have bilateral agreements where you can study abroad worldwide, and Mega Highest Network, where you can study in Latin America or Caribbean countries, and Eurotech, which is a bit different one. You don't have to be physically in their country. You can stay here. You can take a semester here, but you can just take additional courses from their university. And the options of the university where you can take the courses from for the Eurotech is on the right. Maybe you cannot see, but we're gonna send those slides later to you guys. So I think you can check it out. Also on the website, you can check it out. But all over Europe, basically.
Yep. And now talk about the student clubs. So there are mainly two, ESN and FIT++, which is now you are. But the ESN is like especially for Erasmus students, which come here, and then for them it's like a good English-speaking community. Like when first I didn't go there because I thought it's for Erasmus. I'm not Erasmus. But in the second year, I started going there, and they're really welcoming. They organize like cultural evenings, pub quizzes, and everything, and it's really fun to go there. And I recommend ESN, and you can go to their events. And then the second one is the FIT++, which is more like FIT oriented, and they have events as well, like FIT Party, which is for once a semester they book some place, some club, some bar or something, and they have their own guys playing the music, and everyone relax, dance. And LAN party, which is for the gaming one. So you go on the 14th floor of the tall building and the last room, and they have games to play, pizza and everything. And then Fit Voda, which is like every summer they go to canoeing, kayaking. I don't know the difference between two, but and it's really fun. 2 or 3 days, they take a bus, they go to some river and stay in the camps. Amazing thing. And Fit Trek, they go to trekking on some hill. I would say not a mountain, but a hill. So it's really good. And don't be scared to break the Czech circle again. And this was when I was in the Fit Voda. I'm there from the left on the second. I was the only international one there. And in the first, I was shy because I go in the train and then I sit there. I talk to them. Hi, I'm Ayush. And they say, oh, we have our school trip here. I'm like, I'm with you guys as well. But then it was really fun. At first, they were shy. But then Barbara in the back with the mask, she started speaking English to me. And then all of them were also talking, so it was very fun. I recommend going there. It's really fun, really good. And this one for the ESN, if you want to scan it. But you will have the slides later. And the other ones for the FIT++, you can find out all the information about those. And yep.
Yes. So when the things get hard for you guys, I recommend this counseling center, which is next to the canteen, behind the library. And you have 2 links, like one for the non-Czech speaker, maybe most of you guys, and the second one is for Czech speaker. Like if you click on this link, which it's going to leads you to the page where you can see the list of the counselors and the reservation system. And like 2 years ago, I don't think it was separated. For now, we have, for the non-Czech speaker, you have this, the Willy, yes, Willy. And for Czech, you have like, you have a lot of options, I guess. And I would say, like, if you're a girl, or it doesn't matter, if you have some problem which you're only comfortable in talking to the like female counselor, then I would just like say, like, just email one of them from the Czech options and ask if they speak English, and if you can have like an English session, the English counseling session, because it's like way better than like just holding it back. And I remember 2 years ago, I went there for only one session, and it was a woman. I think I emailed them and I asked if it's possible to have a session in English, and they were pretty okay. So yes, and living in a foreign country could be really hard with all the hard studies. Like it's more than you expect, more than anybody could expect, like unless if you have experience. It's like you have a very difficult subject, maybe you have no experience in programming, and you have no idea in the lecture. you're gonna feel so overwhelmed while having to deal with, making friends from the zero. You don't have any, family, some of you guys, and I think a lot of you guys don't have a, family to rely on, and you're gonna feel like you have a hole in your heart. Like, that's at least what I felt, and so it's totally okay to seek out for the help. It's totally okay. So I would recommend, and also it's free of charge. So whenever you want, you can basically reserve. Yes. And tips for having fun in Prague. Yes.
Yeah, so if you are lost and sad and everything, you can either go to the counseling sessions or you can deal with it in a different way. So the first thing is I hope you all know, but I'll mention it, having the PID Litachka, which is the transport pass you get. It works in trams, buses, and trains, and not trains. Metro and everything. So it's really good, and it's cheap with the ISIC. When you have it, you get it for 33% of the original price. So it's 1,280 Czech crowns, 45-ish euros, and it's really good. You will have it eventually, so have it now. It's really good. And the second part, yeah, the common escape whenever I'm sad is beer. They call it pivo in Czech, so yeah, that's all I know in Czech. And the other places is Cafe Prostoru, which is the library. It has a cafe, and they have really good things there, everything you need. And the second one is Klubovna, which is next to Mazarikova dorm. You go straight that side. You can search on Google, okay? And it's kind of hipster place, really nice. They have food as well. They have really good football table too. I recommend. And then the best one is this Popo Cafe Petal. You can have ramen. You can have some drinks for 50 crowns, really cheap, really affordable. It's really fun. I used to go there quite often with my friends in the class group. We would just text, hey, in the class group, someone wants to go. And there were 11, 12 people coming, so it was really nice. And the last one is the new one, ISC Hub. It's down to the Mazarikova dorm. They opened it last year or something like that, and now it's mostly for the students. For ESN and FIT++, they have some events to organize. They organize it there, or you can just go there on a random day in the evening and talk to people or just enjoy your time. They have board games and everything, free of cost, so you can just go and enjoy it there. And the last one is there's this club, which is popular when you are new to Prague, not after that. So, and they have free tickets for the students on the weekend, until Thursdays. There's full of students usually on Thursday, so I recommend save it. It will be really good if you want something other than counseling to help you. And that's the last slide. I just added it now because I heard so many questions on Discord from people who have visa-related issues and they can't come on time to Prague. And some will come next week, next to next week. I don't know why, it's weird, when you ask the ministry for the visa. Okay, the format of the slide is not good, I just added it last minute. But students are often late due to visa issues, and school knows it well. And so what happened when my friends were late, so school just, you will have all the access already. You will be online admitted on course, on Teams and everything, and you can watch previous year lectures there and submit your homeworks. It's not in all the courses have it. The programming ones you can, but you can submit your homeworks and everything, but you can't give exam, you can't get any credits. So if you know you will get here in somewhere October or November, then it's fine. You can still do all the homeworks online and then come later, but not the midterms in maths, let's say. And so if you know you will come here by that time, November or something, or you won't come. So there are some courses, TZP, which is some physics, capacitors and resistors, those things, and Git, which is also okay. And then the English certificate, which he mentioned, is 4 credits. And these 3 courses are for 12 credits. And for the first semester to pass, you need minimum 15. So you can have like some other like courses you can find. I guess they introduce some new courses, computer science introduction or something, and just hope you can manage 15 credits, and then you will be fine. You can just come like end of the year or something. But if you can't come even in the first year, your visa got rejected or something, then the school just gave my friends some options. They told them like, you can either come next year, but you are already admitted, we won't give you the refund of the fees. You just come next year and you start your studies next year, start your visa process earlier, and you'll be fine. Or the second option is just school will refund you the money and it will be fine if you are not coming due to visa processes. And that's it. It was for the people who are watching online, I guess, or who will watch it later. So yep, that's all our experience for 3 years, I guess.
Yes.
Any questions?
I think online we got questions as well. Uh-huh. For sports, do you have to pay for your own equipment? For example, would you have to buy ice skates? I actually have never been to ice skates course, but for example, for this squash class, they rented the rackets for free. But about the payments, some sports are free, but some sports are like you have to pay for the semester, but not too high. I think it was like 400 crowns. Yes, for the semester, which is way cheaper than you do it by yourself. And do we get any credits? Unfortunately, no. You don't get any credits, but still, some fun. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Yes, this last two, right? Yes. So for this one, the first questions, it might not actually, but my experience, they rented for free, and you have to pay for some course, which you can check on the website as well. And do we get any credits? No, unfortunately. And maybe like here.
Any questions? Anyone?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. For ice skates. If you mean ice hockey, they usually like write that you need your own equipment. It is for the checkers. But if you don't know, you can just contact the teacher. But for most PE courses, they offer you the equipment. For example, for frisbee, they have their own things, and so you just need to bring your own like gym shoes. Or if you are clueless and you don't want to ask the teacher, you can just write on Discord. Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Does anybody have questions here? Oh.
And this is for students who are not here at present and they know that they will not arrive on time. It may be possible to arrange with the teachers to not to postpone exams or tests, but to take replacement tests or to take replacement exams. But you should actually let your respective teachers know that you will be arriving late. And actually, I will be sending an email with instructions what to do to those students that I am aware that they will be arriving late. So if you know, you should, in the first place, contact the study office, and you should let us know that you are not coming on time so that we can contact you with information what to do.
Okay, great.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.
So now there was a lot of information. I think it's time to stop with the presentations and try to change the pace a bit. We have prepared a little game for you. I mean, a bit bigger game since you're in an entirely new environment. You're gonna need to get familiar with it, and for example, get to know the buildings, how to find your classes, and for example, find how the student life works here. So the game is gonna take place outside. You're gonna be going around the different school clubs and the buildings here. You probably noticed you have bands with numbers. That number is the number of your group. You're going to be separated from your friends to make new buddies. And I'm going way too fast, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, so soon we'll let you go outside. There's gonna be papers on the ground which have the same numbers as you have on your wrists. And we're gonna go around and give you all a bunch of papers where there's gonna be a map and a lot of information about the game. And basically you're gonna have to go around the four buildings. Four buildings. And collect passwords in them. There's going to be information on how to get the passwords, and go around 6 clubs of the 12 clubs that we have today present. And don't worry, we're going to include a map so that you can find the clubs. That's... you're gonna have to visit 6 clubs. On the papers you'll see each club category is each club is divided in. I'm sorry. The clubs are divided into different categories. You're gonna have to get a sticker from each category. So, for example, there's club FIT and FIT and Queer FIT. I believe they are in the same group. So your goal is going to be to visit each group with a different group. I'm sorry. Each club with different letter. Does it make sense? I'm a bit. It's gonna make more sense when you see the paper. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Once you collect all the stickers, you're gonna have to put it into the computer case paper. That's one of the papers we're gonna give you, and fill out the passwords. Once you have it, you're gonna give these papers to us on the after party on Strahov, and one of the groups is gonna win a prize if you finish all the conditions. So you need to visit all the letters and get all the passwords from the buildings. Don't forget there's a column for a team name. So you're gonna have to figure out a name for your team. And also I'm going to need you, I'm kind of jumping from stuff to stuff, but I'm gonna need you to for the building NTK, which is the National Library, I'm going to need you to be a bit more silent, since there's floors where you have to be silent. And also you need to we need to regulate the amount of people that are going in. So we are probably gonna see some of the people wearing our t-shirts. We're going to be letting you in slowly. I think that, yeah. Also, during the game, you're going to need to go for a lunch. The best, we're also sorry, you're gonna go on a lunch. You can go anywhere. There's KFC or Baguetteria nearby, or you can go into the canteens, school canteens. And we need you to take a photo of your team. It can be basically anything. The more original the photo is, the better, since the best team, or the best photo also wins an additional prize. So you can win 2 prizes if you have a good photo and are lucky in the raffle from finishing all the requirements. And I think that's basically all of it. Yeah, that's basically it. So I hope I made sense.